Hi everyone, I'm Elaine. Today in this video, I would like to share about one of the recent cooling measures that has affected our housing loan. One of the concerns when it comes to purchasing a property, whether is it a HDB or private home, is the ability to get a housing loan. After assessing our loan, we will then be able to plan our budget and to calculate an initial cash or CPF down payment for our home purchase. In the most recent cooling measures on 30 September, it does affect many of our housing loan. And in fact, it has also affected me as I have just sold my property and I need to purchase a new home. Let me share with you how the measures have affected our loans and the impact on our purchase. One of the measures announced is the tightening of the maximum loan quantum limits for housing loan by private financial institutions. The medium-term interest rate, which is used to compute the total debt servicing ratio, which is the TDSR, and the mortgage servicing ratio, MSR, has been raised from 3.5% to 4%. So what is this TDSR that is used to assess a loan? There are three main components. Number one, the age of the buyers, which will determine the loan tenure. Number two, the income of the buyers. Number three, the interest rate that is used for assessment of the loan. This is the part that has been changed from 3.5% to 4%. In simpler terms, it means using a higher interest rate to assess your loan eligibility. This is to ensure prudent borrowing and to avoid future difficulties in servicing the home loans as the interest rate is getting higher now. Let us look at an example to further understand this. Husband and wife, aged 30 years old, taking a loan from bank to purchase a private property. They have a combined income of $10,000. Before the cooling measure, using a 3.5% interest to assess their loan, they are eligible for a loan amount of 1.224 mil based on a 30 years loan tenure. After the cooling measure, using a 4% medium interest rate to assess, their new loan amount is now approximately 1.152 million based on a 30 years loan tenure. This loan has been reduced by $72,000. So how does this impact your purchasing? If you intend to borrow up to 75% of your purchase price before this cooling measure, your purchase price can be up to approximately 1.63 million. However, after this cooling measure, the purchase price, now at a 75% loan, will be only at about 1.53 million. From here, you can see that the buyer's budget for their new home is reduced, or they will need to pay a higher amount of down payment. This measure has indeed affected many of our loans and our purchases. I'm sure that many of you who has got property purchase plans may stop and rethink about your purchase at this time. With a loan reduced, it means a lower budget or maybe a higher down payment. As I've mentioned earlier, this measure has also affected my own housing loan, especially for self-employed like myself with a haircut of 30%. So what is important is to know if the measures have any impact on you and how to manage it with a proper planning of your housing loan and purchase. And therefore, in the next video, I'll be sharing with you on how you can secure a bigger loan amount, which I am also doing for myself. If you'd like to understand more about your own housing loan and your affordability, do get in touch with me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.